With spring comes severe storms in central Virginia and the south side. All this week, we'll be focusing on different weather dangers to help keep you and your family, plus your property, safe.
Yeah, to start things off, Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger is talking about tornadoes. Are we seeing more of them in Virginia than in years past?
Go that way. All right, we got a tornado acting right here, and then we got this little bit larger one over here to our east.
20 years ago, I was a professional storm chaser.
Tornado right there. It's just a 300 yards to our southeast.
Before I made Virginia my home, I lived in Oklahoma, and I chased storms, producing tornadoes like this one. You are looking at some of my old tornado chasing videos. This is old school video from back in the day.
It's getting ready to go through the east part of this town.
These days in Virginia, you're certainly seeing more tornado pictures and video than you used to, compared to decades ago. In Virginia, we've also seen a number of tornadoes too. This picture here, one of our viewers emailed us this image he snapped of the Appomattox County tornado in 2016. But are we actually seeing more large tornadoes in Virginia? And how does climate change figure into when and where tornadoes occur? You might be surprised at the results. I researched significant tornadoes in Virginia over the last 50 years. This means EF2 rated and stronger. This graphic shows you the EF scale from EF0, which is a small tornado, to EF4 and EF5 rated twisters. Since 1975, which is now 50 years ago, large tornadoes have been reported every decade. When I analyzed the data myself, this surprised me the most. The most active 10-year stretch for EF2 plus tornadoes in Virginia occurred years ago, between 1975 and 1984. This means there were more large tornadoes being recorded in Virginia 40 to 50 years ago than we're seeing now. This chart that I'm going to show you, this is the number of large tornadoes in Virginia going back over the last 50 years. So this takes us back to 1975. And we're looking at the number of large tornadoes for every 10 years. So between 1975 and 1984, there were 31 large tornadoes. But check out the numbers since then. We actually have not seen an increase in the number of EF2 and stronger tornadoes. Over the last 40 years, the number of large twisters has actually been fairly consistent in Virginia. Now, shifting gears a little bit, you might be curious how climate change is related to this. To be clear, there is a lot that meteorologists and other scientists don't know about the impacts of climate change. However, I do want to show you where climate change appears to be the #1 culprit for an increase in tornadoes. The Southeast, the Gulf Coast states are seeing more tornadoes. The Gulf of Mexico is running warmer compared to generations ago. And if you think about the severe weather ingredients, then it's easy math. Warmer air and warmer water from the Gulf plus more humidity equals more fuel for storms and sometimes tornadoes. The increase in tornadoes across the South is becoming more pronounced during the winter as the Gulf's water is not cooling off. Also, with the warmer ocean currents, more tornadoes are forming at night across the South. While the South is getting slammed more often by severe storms and tornadoes, Virginia has not changed much. I was just showing you the numbers over the last 40 years, and our tornado numbers have been pretty consistent. The bottom line, it's too soon for us to know how future climate change will affect Virginia's future tornadoes.